Okay, I think yesterday, relative to the time of recording, I came across this video in which someone was pointing out how if men do anything that is taken in a negative light, the format for expressing these double standards towards men was a bunch of examples, then arrows, and then what society puts as the label to the person that carries out that act. For example, the first example was that if a man shows anger, then that is toxic. He is deemed toxic. Now, I understand that this is a simplification, and I understand that it depends on how much anger is exerted and what or who that anger is exerted upon. However, um, I feel that that little nuance is implied. It's like a feature of casual speech. So, unless you're biased against this notion in general, or particularly tired that day, or for other reasons, I feel it's pretty easy to understand what this is getting to. Now, even though it might seem like I'm defending this sort of style of communication, you'll likely never see me personally make similar statements because my mind kind of just really doesn't work that way. Now, even though I don't like calling my style of writing academic, it kinda is. If I'm talking about more sciencey stuff and not in real time, then I like to pay a lot of attention to my wording because oftentimes when I write a paragraph, if I change even one word, add or remove it, then that to me changes the meaning of the entire paragraph. Although I prefer that sort of content, I still have no issue with this informal sort of style, as any normal human being will likely understand it. I mean, I would think that if I didn't check the comments because they really surprised me because they were all negative. And even though the creator responded rather nicely, as in they weren't hurting anyone or insulting anyone, they weren't even really disagreeing with the comments, the few comments that they had. The replies and the comments themselves were negative. And the main point of them was that women also have similar issues. By the way, editor me, do not correct my grammar or anything like that again. Like, does it sound like I care? What do you mean okay, whatever. Now, this made little sense in my head at the time because when I see that someone is talking about just women's issues and not even touching on the topic of men's issues, then it's fine. The response is positive. However, like I just said, if someone talks about only men's issues, then suddenly it's now mandatory that they also mention women's issues beside men's issues, else they'll get blasted in the comments, absolutely blasted. And I personally don't find this very polite, since it genuinely seemed like the creator had good intentions and that they didn't really want to hurt anyone. They were just talking about an observation they themselves um, observed. Not even just one, multiple observations. And you know what? I would love to hear thoughts on this. Anyone that disagrees with me, or anyone that has actually seen the opposite or had different experiences, because I just find this an interesting topic. So if you want, leave a respectful comment down below. Yes, editor, I am aware, editor me, that my videos never get views. I don't care. Does it sound like I do? Okay. So, thanks for really watching until the end, and I hope you get to eat your favorite dish soon.